Hey guys, on today's review, we are reviewing the Coleman Camp Oven. Look at that. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we have the Coleman Camp Oven. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comment section. I was a bit skeptical of this at first, just because I thought, oven, outdoors, will it really work? Will it get to temperature? And will it really cook, or bake a good meal? So first off, looked in the box, set it up, and it literally takes 30 seconds. So it's pretty simple. As you can see, there's literally 4 or 5 steps. Stick the tray in the middle, and it's pretty built. Now, as far as build quality goes, I'm actually quite happy with it. It's a pretty tough little box. Yeah, it's slightly thin, but I mean, you're gonna sacrifice something for the weight to take with you. Now there is 2 other ovens on offer that are generally, one's pretty bulletproof. You've got the old cast iron cook pot, which has been around for donkey's years. It's bulletproof. It's completely solid. Downside is it's really heavy. You have to season it well. But the main thing with that is it's just generally going to last. It'll outlast 4 generations if it's looked after. It's been tried and tested method from years on, and it's pretty good. Now on the third option you have the Omnia, which is a small little round donut shaped oven with a lid. That's great. But will you get a full-size chicken in it and things like that? It's good for baking, small bits of bread, maybe some cookies, a stew, small spag bowl, things like that. Yeah, so when I got a chance to review this, I thought, do you know what, that's pretty medium-sized. It's lighter than the cast iron stove, and it's bigger than the Omnia. So I thought, this is pretty good. Decent plastic handle. I thought that might have melted at first. I was a bit skeptical at that, but stood up to the test of time. We've literally ran it up to 230 degrees. It's really worked. As you can see from the inside, nice stainless steel tray. Really good, strong, sturdy. And if you can see, you've got 3 individual holes for however high you want the tray to cook. Now we did it in the middle just to make sure that it was getting a full round even heat, and it really worked. Wasn't expecting the bottom though. Unfortunately, the bottom went black. Now that's just a heat thing. Will it contaminate the food? Who knows? I mean, you're cooking outside anyway. You're exposed to the elements. It's not the cleanest of cooking either way. Would have liked to have seen this plate slightly thicker. Due to the fact is that the actual oven is thin itself anyway. It's only literally 1 mil to 1.5 mils thick. If we had a thicker plate at the bottom, I generally think that it would have kept the heat better for longer. And I would have also liked to have seen a seal all around the door. So when we was trying this out, we was cooking in it, we had a small pie in there, just a generally tin pie, just something to test it with, make sure it get up to temperature. There was a lot of heat that escaped from the door seal. There's a couple of little holes, and obviously the holes all around the side. For some reason, and I've tried this and I've unpacked it and I've opened it up and closed it, opened it up and closed it, and I can't actually understand why there are certain holes in places. I know it's a laser cut item, but I just can't really get my head around why there is holes in there. I get that it has to have ventilation, but you are losing a lot of heat. And I put a tin on the top hole just to see how much it would actually hold the heat in, and it gave me another nearly 20 degrees heat. So I do think that is a slight letdown of this oven. Now, some people have come back, and I have looked at other YouTube videos, and they have actually said that it does rust. There is some slight defects in it. It can rust over time. Whether that's just because it's not been looked after properly, it's a grease trap. It's going to be It's going to have to be cleaned thoroughly every single time you use it. But I also do think that it should stand up to the test of time. You know, it's a decent little item. It works. You know, if you're going camping for, you know, a family of 4, let's say, you want to go away. Kids don't really like burgers and hot dogs and things like that. Sling a load of chicken nuggets in it, put a small tray with chips in it. That will easily cook. Unfortunately, on the video when I did my cooking, I put mine on the gas stove first, and that actually failed. Gas ran out, typical. But then I got out the big guns, and I got out my Coleman 424. Now that thing's an absolute beast. The heat off it is phenomenal. It's perfect. So I thought, well, Coleman and Coleman, let's give it a whirl. Cooked my Fray Bentos pie in literally half an hour. The temperature went straight up and up and up. Really good, held heat. It just worked. Ate the pie, nice and warm, hot, cooked thoroughly through. I had no issues. Another little gripe that I do have is the handle. Now the handle is really loose and floppy. Now, if this is hot and you need to pick this off the stove for any reason, it just seems to fold down. It just needs a slight little crimp, something tighter in the metal at the top, just to hold the handle up. Just so if anything catches fire inside or it started to burn, you need to take it off the stove. I know you can turn the stove down, but if you are cooking inside an awning or some sort of shelter and it's a bit of a fire risk, you do have to be careful. In that respect, at the end of the day, it is an oven, and potentially the fire can kick in from the stove because there is slight air gaps here. I will put them on other pictures. For the heat to go up. So if you've got a pan on there or anything like that, like we did, we had a pan on the bottom to catch the grease and the oil from the pie. Flames, oils, grease, doesn't mix, starts getting flames. You've got a catastrophe on your hands. Apart from the doom and gloom of it, I think it's actually a fantastic little item. It's pros and cons in all sorts. It is pretty small, but it's bigger than the Omnia. It's light. But will it last the test of time? Who knows, compared to the cast iron oven, the Dutch oven. That's just how it is. Some people have said it rusts. Again, test of time, we'll have to know that one. It seems pretty decent. As long as it's clean after every use, you've dried it out well, you've stored it already correctly, I can't really see a problem. It does really seem to be a good product. It's a good solid item. The pins at the tops, when you pull the handle up, that all seems to work and click into place just nice, literally 30 seconds, and it's up. It's just a great little item. I will be taking this camping myself. Never thought I'd really be using an oven because I try to keep small and minimal with just a couple of pans and things like that. But for a decent family, if you've got picky eating kids and things like that, I think it's a great little item. It packs away next to nothing. And I just think for the price is generally around about £50 to £80, depending on where you go. Generally, I've noticed with these and a lot of other camping gear that we're doing, generally come summer, the prices go up. Generally, try and get them around about fall to just before spring, just after Christmas in the new year. And I guarantee you now, you'll get this for a bargain. But I do think for generally, a stovetop oven took 30 minutes to heat up, another 30 to cook your dinner. I think it's great. Thank you for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe and check out the channel.